Not sure what happened to the other link, but I'll wait for the first question. We're just getting started here. I'm a little early. I don't know what happened to that other link. Want to ask me if I love Bosch? Go ahead. Might as well put my Trump hat on. Hold on a second. I'm putting my Trump hat on for you guys. It'll fit. There we go. That lighting ain't the best. Got a thumbs up with no viewer. That's cool. Got my Smirnoff Smash here. Questions and answers about what you think the winter economy is going to be, and A2L questions. How's it going, Josh? Good name. I like that name. Got my Trump 2024 hat on. No, I'm not a redneck. My dad actually gave me his hat. I wore it out at the golf course here in one of the more liberal areas, and they went crazy. Any more info on A2L refrigerants? As far as what? As far as I know, they are more flammable, and they want us to change all of our tools. And I'm not going to, because if you read the fine print, it says recommended to change. It doesn't say you have to. I'm not gonna let them team up. I'm not gonna let them team up with. I'll make sure my phone number shows here. I'm gonna. I'm not gonna let them team up with these manufacturers and try to screw everybody because they're just trying to make money off of it, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. We shouldn't be getting a new refrigerant every 10 to 15 years. It's ridiculous that they're doing that to us. So I'm supposed to go out and replace all my tools because you guys decided that 410A is more harmful to the environment than this new flammable shit that you have. Nah, not going to do it. No, yeah, those manufacturers are making a shit ton of money off that ProPress stuff, and I'm not going to do it. Watch my videos. I braze everything, and I know for a fact that they jacked up the price of Silphos and any other brazing alloy because they want to push you to that. I know that's what they're doing. I made the most money I ever made last year, paid the most taxes, and spent the most on ridiculous parts and supplies. Just ridiculous. So my net was less, even though I made a bunch more money. And you know what? You know who to thank for that. People need to take this country back because it's getting taken over by big government. We all know that. Nobody wants big government. There's nothing wrong with R22. All they had to do was make the penalties worse for people that vented it to the atmosphere. But you can't police that. What are you supposed to have somebody on your behind you watching you every time you install a system or do a service call or whatever it may be that involves refrigerant? R22 has the best heat transfer of any of them. When I started in the trade, it was only R22. There wasn't even 410A yet. This was back in 1995. R22 is a great refrigerant. Seems like the properties keep getting worse as they try to upgrade all this crap to fit their agenda. Mine doesn't, only because uh, I put in the Bosch. I like the Bosch system, and I wanted something that was newer. I have no problem, and I actually use the 422B as a drop in, and I did some kind of scab work for a neighbor and put 422B in it, and he's been fine for about 2.5 years. So I was a ream dealer for about 7 or 8 years, and I was having too many problems with reversing valves. I had a couple bad TXVs. I had a couple compressors just blow up on me for no reason. I do all the right stuff. I do I flow nitrogen when I braid. You do everything that the manufacturer recommends, but my reams were blowing up. So I've been doing Bosch now the last 3 years, 3 or 4 years, and I haven't had any issues except on a 15 seer had a bad board, and that's it. Well, I had that multi-zone that they ended up replacing, but that's on the ductless side. That's not the unitary side. But on the unitary side, I had one 15 seer with a bad board, the only 15 seer I installed. And Bosch tech support overnighted me a board so I get the customer back running the next day. So I can't argue with that. Everything is junk. Everything is junk. So find the least of the junk. I don't even care. I used to do the Ameristar stuff before it was run true, and I had good luck with the Ameristar. I have systems out there that are 8 to 10 years old with no issues, no service calls, nothing. Well, Marcus, everybody likes what they like. Like I said, it's all junk. So just find out which one gives you the best support locally, and that's the one you should pick. Josh, I used to do oil stuff. I'm not geared up for it anymore just because we have a very small percentage of oil systems. Now, when I was working in the big cities, Seattle and Portland, I did a lot of oil stuff. Mostly installs new installs, not much service because I wasn't a service tech at the time. But usually we were just yanking them out and putting gas in. A lot of oil to gas conversions. It's a good heat, but it's expensive, especially over here. Especially with all of our hydroelectric. Electric is the way to go. How's it going, Ernie? What's your background? Tell me what you do. What's your experience? What your capacity is in HVAC? Just sitting here with a cold. Where I live, there's a little bit of everything. I have oil. It is expensive, but good. Yeah, it's good heat. Um, but just it's expensive to use oil around here. Bosch trips me out. We just had a Bosch class. Well, it's because they try to push Bosch, kind of like they push any of those retrofit heat pumps that you can mate to any indoor system. Don't look at it that. I only do the new ones. Now, if somebody needs just a heat pump replaced, I'll do a Bosch, but most of my stuff is going to be indoor outdoor, so it's pretty seamless. Do you believe in allowing heat strips to run at the same time as the compressor? Of course I do. Of course I do. Between that thermal balance point and the point where the heat pump's not doing anything, sure. I usually set mine up to go heat pump above 30 or 35, depending on what the balance point is. And then I want the heat pump done probably about 10 or 15 degrees because it's not doing much. It's in perpetual defrost at that point. Let the electric take over. But yeah, there's no problem with having the heat strips run at the same time. That's what you want. You want the customer happy. You want them comfortable. I'm thinking Ernie probably went to that new Bosch class with their cold climate stuff. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it yet. I know the prices are really high. I just got my first they just populated on Johnstone and I don't like the price. Ken was saying even if it's a 2-ton system, leave the switch for a 3-ton. No, 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 no. You configure it. You configure it to whatever your indoor air handler can provide. If you're mating it to a two ton air handler, you better damn well you better flip that dip switch to 2 tons, or you're gonna have problems. I had a system where I had 635 high side in the heat mode today. Well, Marcus, you got to look at what the rated pressure, PSIG they put on the rating plate of that unit. You don't want it to go over that, or you're going to have issues. You're going to have stuff blowing out. Of course, yeah, I watch Steve Lab all the time. I love Steve Lab. He's more of a wet side guy, though. He's more of a boiler guy. Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, they have. You would have airflow issues with that. You figure 3 tons of cooling into 800 CFM. That ain't gonna work. And if you read the manufacturer's install instructions, they tell you never to do that. That's what I. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, I was mixing you up. So Marcus is talking about having the heat strips run at the same time as the compressor. No, because the heat strips are going to automatically put it in its high fan speed. So there's nothing to worry about. To your question, Ernie. Yeah, Steve Lab is a service and repair guy, so he does occasional installs. His ductwork's a little rough. I like to do nice ductwork systems. I'm getting too old doing full systems though. I just bid a job today where I'm going to rip out their heat pumps. There's two of them and two full duct systems. It's totally a mess. It's not worth rehabbing, and I don't have the will to go in this crawl space and fix it. So I'm going to give them a 7-zone ductless. It'll be cheaper than rehabbing that duct and doing those systems. He was adamant for Bosch being at 3. A coil is a coil. Uh, a coil is a coil. I don't. 350. It depends. It depends on your climate and if you need humidity removal. Um, if you need to remove some more humidity, yeah, you're going to slow it down a little bit. If humidity is not an issue, we can go 450 here in Central Oregon easily and without any issues. Did you and Ted Cook make up? I don't know. I'd like for him to get on here. He usually makes comments overnight. I don't know if he's a night owl or what it is, but he usually makes comments overnight, like when I'm in bed and I'm on the West Coast. I got nothing against Ted. Nothing at all. I've never met the man, so who knows, huh? Question on charging the Bosch. Fire away. It's all in the book. It's all in the manual. And I have a couple videos that show you how to properly charge them. And do have a superheat and subcool. I know. It's funny because I'm not going to randomly. Let me fix my hat. It looks like I'm a gangster here. It's fixed so it's not lopsided. Yeah, Ted's a good guy. He's he's randomly texted me a few times and said some weird stuff like he owns the internet. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If he gets on here, and it is what it is. I don't know who Fred is. Hold on, let me fix this hat. I like that. Fuck, I think my brother was wearing it and messed it up. That's a little better. If you have a 3.5 ton indoor, flip the switch, looking like a G. It's supposed to be curved properly. There we go. That's better. 3.5 ton indoor. Flip the switch for 4 tons. Do you still charge for 4 tons? Let's answer that. Let's get rid of this hat. So there we go. Ernie. So no, every manufacturer has their data for the manufacturer model number of their coil made it up to their heat pump. So that's how you charge it. You don't charge it for any manufacturer's instructions will tell you. Casey, he's old. Fred is old, or Ted is old. Well, I know Ted's old. John HVAC, he has issues. Fred. Ted is old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's fine. You know, he still thinks that, you know, if you have a 17 and a half by 28 furnace, that it's okay to just throw you know, any size of coil or any size of plenum on it, and then just pookie the shit out of it or tape it. They don't use transitions, I guess, where he comes from, and that's supposed to be okay for airflow. That's the only bad thing I've ever said about his company. I think he's a good service tech. He always fixes the problem. Tedney's. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I could buy lots of things, but I'm not going to flaunt any of my personal stuff. Fred Crook. I get it. Okay. A lot of guys think Mikey Pipes is a crook, that he's selling these expensive, you know, these wall hung condensing boilers and all this stuff that they don't need just to boost up. Hey, if it's what the market will bear is what I believe. Fred Crook, Heat and Air. Is this Ted? Pipes is a fine gentleman. Yeah, Ted Cook likes to go on and change his names. I know. I've seen him. I'm gay for train when he responds to some of my stuffs. Mikey Pipes is a Jewish. We all know that stereotype. The question is, Ted, is do you have a cold one in your hands? That's what I care about. Not Ted. Fred Crook. Well, tell me who you are. There's no secrets around here. You guys know who I am. I've even made posts about you know, my company sticker and everything. Pipes us away, pipes us away, pipes is away chasing that money. Hey, more power to him. If he's sitting in his hot tub, you know, with his shirt off, I'm sure that's probably why some of you guys aren't here. You probably want to see that. Just kidding. He's rich. Is he though? The richest people don't flaunt it. You guys don't know if I have $5 or $500,000 or $5 million, and I'd never tell anybody. Everybody has their own history. This is Mrs. Seaton back here. She's getting something out of the freezer. Okay. Johnny Wipes, Mikey Pipes, Mikey Wipes. She doesn't need to. I have a couple sitting right here, and I got a cooler right behind me if I need any more. She'd make me a sandwich right now if I asked her. I got a good one, and she knows I'm a vagrant, just like every other man is. Not your wife, KC? Well, it's probably why you're here on a stupid YouTube live. No, I'm on here because I just, you know, I like to talk HVAC. We're not really talking enough HVAC. I wanted to do a question and answer about you know, what everybody thinks how this winter is going to go. I think things are going to get kind of weird next month, if you know what I mean. I got lots of good jobs lined up though. I sold an 8 zone ductless today, and I got a bunch of furnace change outs to do. Ask her if the pizza tastes better than ever after you heated it up. Oh, always does, doesn't it? And stick it between my legs. I will. Joey wipes. Thanks, Za. That's your. I'm actually, Joe. I'm actually going to pick it up the last couple of weeks. These last couple of weeks of October before we head on our trip, and then I'm balls to the wall. You guys saw me during my kind of goof off time these last couple of months because I usually don't book much stuff, and if I have a customer that's relaxed, that's I just take my time, and I don't show you everything either. I play it off like that because I like to be the relaxed contractor. It's a good niche. They're all happy except for that one, but that's because they're jerks. Yeah, all the important people are here except for old Ted, unless that was Ted and he left. Happened to the customer who wanted the humidifiers. Oh, they're taken care of. They're both there's look at the video from a couple days ago. They're all taken care of. I have to go back and fix some duct. I'm going to do it for free for them. Otherwise, they're not going to give me $1. They think I'm responsible, and it's partly my fault, but it's not 100% my fault. But I'll eat a little bit of money to make money. That's what we all do. I can guarantee that wasn't Fred. And if Ted wants to do that and be a phantom, that's I don't care what he does. He tries to accuse me of deleting his comments or blocking him. I've never done either or. So if he wants to play childish games, maybe he can go back and be a child. This is just a relaxed sit back, have some beers, and talk HVAC, shop talk, whatever you guys want to talk about. Better go finish that one. No, I'm not going to be done because I won't have power to the other side. I'll finish the one side maybe. Yeah, Ted's got nothing better to do than to have a bunch of fake accounts where he can get on live chats and be stupid. I see. I don't respect that. Be yourself. I'm always myself, good or bad, indifferent. I'm not going to block him. Joe, and guess what, Joe? I'm self-employed for a reason, so I don't have to listen to people. I work on my schedule. Who would want to listen to Ted's crap? I should block him, but I'm not that type of person. I don't care. It's not like I said. It's not that important to me to block him. He's not that important to me. And what he likes to try to do is demean people to build himself up. That's the type of person that he is. At least he was to me anyway. Stick around for. I'm going to take a break for about 30 seconds. I got to go use the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. So what happens when you drink beer? You gotta pee a lot. Trust me, I've probably pissed enough to fill up one of the Great Lakes. I'm gonna buy 51 per share 51% of shares of Seton HVAC, and then make you go finish that job 100% tomorrow. Well, it's a good thing I'm not public, so bring it on. Yeah, that's exactly what Ted likes to do. So the thing with Ted is he started a YouTube channel, what, 12 years ago, whatever it was, over 10 years ago. So he thinks he owns the internet now. I started mine back in June, so I'm just building up. But I watched his first few months of videos. They sucked. And I don't care, I'm not trying. I've made it very clear why I started this channel. It wasn't to make a bunch of money and brag about making two mortgage payments a month and not giving anything. I have a bunch of people I could help out with extra cash, and that's the reason I'm doing it. That's the only reason, and I'll document the whole thing. I've been very clear about that. How's it going, WWHVAC? Can't remember your first name. I haven't watched enough videos. I probably should watch more. The vet makes them wet. Is this the black? I think he is a African American gentleman. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. We're just kind of right now. Hi, Walter. We're just bad mouthing. Well, some people are bad mouthing Ted. Some say he's okay. So this turned into Ted Cook talk. I was going to put that on the board back there. I love Ted Cook. Walter White HVAC. No, it's Walt Whitman. He bought. Yeah, probably. He probably did. And I'll do giveaways, but I'm not going to just give away stuff. I try to do giveaways, and I didn't get enough people wanting to get on and do it. So I mean, it's not. I don't want to do a giveaway with 5 people, in on it. That's not a giveaway. That's somebody desperate. Nah, man, that Ted is not good, man. Well, that seems to be the consensus. I mean, I'm happy to get examples. I've only known what I've seen on his videos, and then he started kind of antagonizing me a little bit because I said a couple things about his videos over the years, mainly that his guys don't use sheet metal transitions when they're doing a change out just to be quick. That's what the hack companies do around here, or around anywhere I've been, and I've been in many areas. Watch my video from today. That system's tight, man. It's going to be really good for them. It's sized right. I did all the calculation. I had an engineering company design it, and then I built it. It's got a humidifier. It's got a ERV, which is required around here because the homes are so tight. They're all spray foamed. So that's the work I like to do, is the good stuff. And the people that the guy I'm doing it for is a big YouTuber. That's how he made his money. I won't tell you who he is here. Bosch equals crap, and you already sent me that. I don't know who Joe is, and I don't know who Fred is. Oh no, I know who Joe is. I don't know who Fred is. What's Fred's real name? It's Ted. Okay, I get it now. You guys are using too many names. I know Steve Lab doesn't get along with Mikey Pipes. I know that for sure. Those guys get too personal with each other. That's fine, Joe. If you want to be Bosch's biggest hater, I mean Ted is too. You know, we all know it's based off of an Ameristar run true footprint. We get that, but it's different than that. Like I said, I installed a million other brands, and Bosch I've had the best luck with. So why wouldn't I use it? Why not use something that doesn't give you any service calls and the customer's happy? I live in a low humidity area, by the way, just so you guys know, because I know they're notorious for humidity problems. We don't have to worry about humidity here. So that's a disclaimer. What circle is that Chingus? There he is. Bosch hasn't been around long enough to. Okay, here we go. You guys can argue amongst yourselves. I'm not getting into it. Joe, that video with Ralph on HVAC shock talk is hilarious. Is that the real Ted? I think it is because that's his avatar. Fake Ted. Could be. Hey, all joking aside, I hope everybody that had to deal with that hurricane is doing well. That's all I'm going to say. The two hurricanes. I'm just waiting for the day when I see the post from you how terrible the Bosch is. For me, uh, I mean, it could happen. I mean, I said it before you got on, Joe. I think everything's junk. It's what's the least of the junk. Some people want to think that the brand that they sell is the best, but they're all junk. Honestly, they don't build anything well. We start building stuff back in the United States, maybe we'll have stuff built better. It's going to cost us more, though. I mean, we're already paying a shit ton of money for Chinese shit, right? We're already paying an exorbitant amount of money for for stuff that's sourced in China. Imagine if we do build it here; it's going to be really expensive, but I guarantee it'll last longer if we hire the right people. But nobody wants to pay for it. That's why the state of Washington makes most of the apples in the United States, and they import them all, and then, or sorry, they export them all, and then import most of the apples that we get in the United States. That's pretty stupid. Train as high as a kite. Fred, my head hurts. Talk amongst yourselves. Just having a cold beer, watching you guys bicker back and forth. It's kind of fun, actually. And I might go finish that. I might go finish that Bosch system tomorrow, maybe, and I might not. My customer's fine. He's cool. Too many Freds. I would say there's too many Teds. Probably too many Teds. Big turnout this evening. Hey, for me, it's a big turnout. I usually get about. Usually, it's my wife and my brother on here, so that's fine. I'm glad that you guys are here. I just want to do shop talk. Meanwhile, you guys are talking personal stuff amongst yourselves, so I'm just going to sit back with my cold beer. I'm happy. I couldn't be happier. No animosity here. Never has been. It's all just games being played. I don't know who cool and comfortable is. Probably Ted. Another Ted. Another Ted avatar. I'd have to zoom in on that because they look really small on my computer screen. The fake me crew. All right. Well, if you guys want to get on here and have some stupid talk, I'm going to do it twice a week, probably. I'll try to. I'll be the moderator, which means no moderation. Maybe I'll sleep in tomorrow and go to work about 10 and work till about 1 or 2. It's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going camping Friday, Saturday night with my dad, so that's all I'm worried about right now. Tomorrow doesn't really matter. I got a service call on my way up though on Friday on a Ream, not a Bosch. I don't get service calls on my Bosch systems at all. That's the truth. Thanks, Chinggis, for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. We didn't go last year. We usually do our October, November camping trip. We didn't do it last year. Oh God, Ted's saying, that means something's coming. I don't like. Yeah, whatever, Ted. Say whatever you want. I don't care. It's an open forum. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with our camping trip, though. We're gonna drink a lot of beer. Waiting for a Bosch board. Nope. I think I think I had one board and Bosch tech support overnighted me one that was on a 15 series. That's the only one I installed. They're notorious for that. Search YouTube 15 series Bosch boards. We've already been over this. Um, so she said there's a burning smell in the electrical panel. It's probably my electrician. He probably didn't land a wire right. That's the service call Friday morning. But it's a Rheem heat pump that's hooked up to it. I'll get video. It'll be documented. I'll show you. But keep implying, Ted, if that makes you feel better. Joe is my electrician. No, my electrician's name is Mike, not Joe. Said no calls ever. All right, it's over. Okay, no calls ever. One was a board, and that 15 SEER was notorious for that, and I replaced it. That was it. I've installed numerous 20 SEERs and 18 SEERs without a single service call. Not one. Oh no, I did have one. It was because of the Honeywell Vision Pro thermostat, of which I've replaced numerous, which I do not install anymore. I am now installing the Bosch BC 100, which I've had no issues with. There, you want the full story. There, you got it, Ted. On botch. I know train can cure cancer. I get it. Train cures cancer, and it can make you some. It can make you some. It can make you some julienne fries too. I don't like the Honeywell. No, the Vision Pros are the worst. I've had at least at least 10 in the last year that got stuck in wait mode and gave me a nuisance service calls. Only the non Wi-Fi series, the 8321 Wi-Fi ones. I've had no issues with those. I just installed one because I sold it before I had issues. No problems at all. But those standard those 8320 R1003s were fine. Something starts breaking, I quit selling it, which kind of leads me to believe that you probably should have stopped selling the trains with their clamshell heat exchangers. Yellow garbage pails. How's it going? What's your name? What's your capacity in HVAC? Unless this is Ted with another fake name. Installer error. Joe kind of reminds me of Ted sometimes. He always wants to badmouth the person talking. So installing that thermostat was an installer error, huh? So I installed it wrong. I don't badmouth anybody. What are you talking about, Ted? I badmouthed my distributors. I still didn't get a phone call from Johnstone. Yeah, yeah, and I badmouth customers that are jerks. I have really good customers. The one I'm working with right now is an awesome customer. You tell it to your face. You don't know my entire history, so don't base me off of a few months. You've never met me, Ted, so forget about it. Badmouth YouTubers, only you, Ted. Name another one. Name another one that I badmouth, except Joe, because he kind of follows your lead. Everybody else is fine. Yeah, exactly. I just said it before you mentioned it. Everybody else is fine. Mikey Pipes is fine. He does his thing. Steve Lab's good guy. He's been doing it longer than anybody. Uh, I don't have any problem. The new guys coming up are fine. You guys make stupid comments on my posts without knowing the whole story. You're only getting bits and pieces from the videos. Especially commercial line. You're talking about garbage pails. You're talking about the I know you better than okay, Ted, get out of it. You don't know me at all. Especially commercial line. Your garbage pails. Are you talking about the Honeywell commercial line? Because they don't really make one anymore. I'm a forensic psychologist. Give me a break. Let me guess, and an amateur gynecologist, right? Want to see my degree? I don't care what your degree is. Ted, nobody cares. Train commercial equipment. Well, the problem with the train commercial equipment is they make it so proprietary that unless you go through all their stupid training, you're not going to even understand how to set the stuff up. I've dealt with it before. Their books don't tell you anything. They're manuals. Is that the real Ted Cook from South Carolina? I'm gonna go about another 10 minutes. I started about 5:27. No, I'll go another 11 minutes. Start at 5:38. I'll go to 6:38. Chingus wants to know. We're not done yet. Done with what? I don't know. Yeah, Marcus, I should. Kind of funny though. I know a lot of people that try to build themselves up by putting others down. I think I got the gist of these fellows. Everything I say is legitimate. These guys make shit up. I never said Joe wasn't, but he kind of latches on to Ted like he's his good buddy sometimes. I'm kind of wondering. I've watched a lot of Joe's videos. I get it. He does know such. Good grammar, Ted. Man, it's no skin off my sack. You guys want to badmouth, do whatever. I do mine in my videos, so I don't do these live streams for that. I'm just defending myself. That's all I'm doing. Yes, proper. I'm only human. I don't like people throwing around that word narcissistic. That's what girls do. I dated girls that thought everybody was narcissistic. Every male that they ever met. Sinner in need of a savior. We're all sinners. We're not going to get religious here. That's not what this is about. We're supposed to be talking shop talk, but nobody wants to even talk about HVAC, I guess. Here goes Ted insulting people again. You don't really know if somebody's a virgin. Maybe that's fine by him. Maybe his right or left hand is better than any woman he's ever had. What's your favorite type of system, Josh? There we go. We got some HVAC questions. Well, I don't really have a favorite type of system. It's whatever system is serving me well at the time. That's all I'm going to say. Mhm. Everybody has their passions and their loves. He loves train. Good on him. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Ted is a good. Yeah, I don't doubt that one bit. Do I like dual fuel? If the return on investment is there, yes. It's not for everybody. Around here, dual fuel's kind of dumb because our electricity is very cheap here. Very cheap. You can run electric heat strips cheaper than some gas could be, depending on the where you're at in the area. Is it mostly heat pump in your area? Any gas, propane? We have gas. Yeah, I mean, if you go into some of the mid range towns around here, we have lots of gas furnaces. There's gas lines. I mean, there's a gas line two blocks from me, but like I just said, electricity is so cheap here that you might as well use it. You can even use the heat strips. Oh, Joe, I don't know at the moment. I don't know the exact numbers. I know that last year I penciled it out for a couple of my neighbors, and it just made more sense to go straight heat pump with heat strips. When I looked at the charts, the cost per BTU charts, Mits, Mitsubishi SVZs. Huh? I don't like the fact that you got to use a module to convert it to a conventional thermostat because I hate those. I hate those Mitsubishi. I hate those Kumo clouds. I hate those thermostats with a passion. They confuse everybody. About 2 minutes away from an hour, and that's when I'm going to stop. In Texas, you'll see homes with air conditioners with air handler. Yeah, because they don't need the heat, or they probably have a wood fireplace or something in the house when it gets cold enough. They don't put heat strips in the air handlers. They did. I had some of those in when I was working in Virginia. Oh, Ted, get over yourself. Who cares how many people are watching? That's not what I'm doing this for. You're such an asshole, man. Why don't you just go away? Go, leave. You dickhead. Showing your true colors every time. You just can't help yourself. Yeah, but when I worked in Virginia, uh, there was lots of heat pumps that were just heat pumps with no backup heat strips, and they worked just fine. On colder nights, they could just put up some wood on the fire. All Ted's doing is fueling the fire for another video because he's such an asshole. Can't help himself. He thinks he owns the internet. Is what he really thinks. Like he's some badass. Steve Lab's not on here doing that, and he's got a lot more subscribers than you, buddy. Been around a lot longer. That is silly. Well, you can't bite your tongue. Why don't you just shut up? Obviously, the majority doesn't care for you. We could have a really good HVAC discussion here if Ted would leave. That's so funny, Ted. You're not gonna win. Isn't it past your bedtime anyway? What is it? 9:30? Yeah, your age, you should be asleep about 8 o'clock, shouldn't you? Got to hit that early bird special at Denny's, don't you? Yeah, I bet you would. That would be fun. All right, guys. I put Ted in timeout for 24 hours. I don't want to listen to his bullshit anymore. Just a stupid human being, honestly. If he's doing it just to stir things up, so be it. But I don't got time for that stuff. I'll stay on a little bit longer now that Ted's gone. He made me want to quit. So yeah, Ted's gone. I didn't block him. I put him in timeout for 24 hours, so he can't comment on any of my stuff for 24 hours. I just don't want to listen to him anymore. All that guy does is spew insults. I'm sure he has to go to other people and do that too because he's got a god complex. I said it many times. Fucking god complex. I'm a forensic psychologist. I don't I don't care what degree you say you have. Why are you doing HVAC then? You could probably make more money being a forensic psych. Well, maybe you couldn't. Right back, guys. I'm gonna do 5 to 10 more minutes. I gotta go use the bathroom again. That's what happens when you drink beer. Yeah, 24-hour cool off. I'm peeing in the glass.
Of
Well,
course, I picked the perfect time. Are you coming in soon?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I was over there doing the HVAC thing and peeing in one of my vitamin water bottles. That's what we do in HVAC, right? So my wife came over and asked when I was coming in. So let's do 10 more minutes, and we'll be done. Fucking asshole, Ted. He is sick. He can't help himself. Start spewing insults like he's better than everybody. Helpful criticism that was delivered badly by Ted. That guy needs help. I think he's probably back here on another. I should probably watch. Well, no, I'm not going to watch myself because I don't really care what Ted thinks. Telling me he'd love to meet me in person. Why? Is he gonna thinks he's gonna beat me up? He's gonna use his forensic psychology degree on me and get inside my head. That guy can do either or. I honestly think he's a smoked out old guy that just needs to get off the internet. Yep. Okay. Sucked in HVAC. There's Ted. Because I know he likes to say Joshy poo. Well, that one's going to get out of here too because I don't want to listen to that shit either. Hold on. All right. Sucked in HVAC is gone now too. That was Ted's alter ego. This is getting good now. Let's see what else he comes back with. What a loser. You know, when he has to have that many different alter egos, he's ruined a bunch of them. I I only have one username. Hey, honey. I'll be in like 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Sorry, guys, my daughter. No, I don't want her on here, honey. I'll be in 5 to 10 minutes, okay? We're almost done. Come on. Come on, sweetie. Yeah, I'll be in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'll be in. Okay. Sweetie. Okay. Mm. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut this out because my daughter wants me to come in. So did this long enough. I was only supposed to do about a half hour. So anyway, well, yeah, you can have multiple accounts, but Ted, I think I have a feeling Ted has them for certain reasons because he wants to come in and uh, try to intimidate people and insult people. It's not cool. And you can have them for different reasons, different channels, different ways of communicating. I get it, but I have a feeling Ted has them for another reason. That's Fred Crook is one of mine. Whatever. I mean, that's kind of stupid. Why don't you just have one and be yourself? There's no reason to be doing all that stuff. I'm not out to hurt anybody. This was meant to be like a winter forecast session about how we think this winter is going to go, what you think about A2L, and it turned into a big pissing match like everything always does. I'm sure Ted's gonna get on with something else here if I see a weird name again. Shit, as far as I know, Chinggis and big pictures, Ted. I don't know. Gonna come in and spy on me if that's what get that. Where did his beef start? I don't know. Does it need to start? I think Ted likes to beef with everybody, unless they bow down to him as the almighty master of everything. Then he probably wants to try to intimidate. He thinks I'm a forensic psychologist. Give me a break. Well, I'll see you on what's that show? Not Law and Order. That other stupid one. It's pathetic, is what it is. It's not funny. It's pathetic. That'd be like me having 4 laptops set up over here, you know, and with 4 fake names acting like, and then start talking to myself or whatever. Get a life, man. You are not Casey. The only way I'll know somebody is Ted Cook is if they start insulting. Then I know you're Ted. Kiss the ring, Josh. LOL. Kiss the ring. I'm not going to kiss anything. I don't know why that guy can't just be a good human being. I've never done anything to him. I told him that his guys did kind of shitty installs. They put a nice train in there that's probably a $3,000 furnace and just duck butter all over the place and make it look like shit because it's in a crawl space. That's all I've ever said. Sure, it works. Fine. If that's what you want to do. But I always told him, I go, your service work is great. You always fix the issue for the customer from what I've seen on video. That's all I've ever said to him. Then he decided to make me a pet project of his intimidation tactics or being a dickhead. Ted thinks he wants to do. So anyway, on that closing, I guess this turned into Ted Cook HVAC anti DIY HVAC chat, and I'm going to leave you guys. And I hope you have a good night. I hope you and your family are well, and I hope that you're making money out there. So now our viewers just went up. I bet Ted got on here with a couple different ones. Hold on, I'm going to stay more minutes and see if I get some weird message. Oh wow, you got eight watchers. Woohoo. What a dick. Guy's a dick. $2 minutes, that's all I'm doing. So it's one. I'm gonna give it a minute because I think Ted got back on here with another name. Let's see if he did. All right, probably not. So anyway, if whoever's here, 10 a or whoever, I hope your night's going well. I hope that you have a good winter, and I hope that you join me again on this, and you make good money this winter, and your family's healthy. That's all I'm gonna say. See you later.